Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the game that I created. So here is the game. We control the red circle and try to evade these squares that pop up every 2.5 seconds. And if you hit one of those, the game will stop and alert game over. So here we create our canvas and give it a width and height and a border. Then we create a rand function, which basically returns a random number from 0 to the number that we pass to it. Then we say that our canvas is two-dimensional. I created an array here, color array, which basically are the colors that the squares have. So, okay, next I created a game data and stored the information about my hero, the coordinates and the length, height, width and height and radius and its speed. And then I passed the key is killed false, which later I will use to determine if the square hits if the ball hits any squares. Let's forget about this part for now. So here I just pass the width and height into variables. Here I check the intersection. In this part I check if the rectangles hit each other. And here I check if the circle, our hero, hits any other rectangles. So I can use it to finish the game. So basically here what I do, I find the closest x and y to the center of our circle, and then use the Pythagoras theorem here. So then I create for each functions, which basically runs a function for every element in our array. So here, game data bad guys. This is our key which holds our bad guys. Here in const add function, what we do is we add the square every 2.5 seconds. I'd used a set interval function here, which will which will call the function over and over time every 2.5 seconds, 2005 milliseconds, and will not stop until our hero, the circle, hits any rectangles. So here, first of all, I check if I create another function helper here, just to check if the coordinates that I create here and the random coordinates at which our rectangle are going to spawn are the same with the others that already exist, so it doesn't generate on the same spot with another rectangle. Then I check if the squares that are generated in some place are not on the same place or near our game hero. And then if everything is true, so they don't spawn on anything, I push another object into the bad guys array, so with these coordinates. So I will have 2 squares already, and then 3, and then 4, and call the function over and over again. But if not, I'll call this function again. I will start over again, so it doesn't spawn on the same square, on the square or the circle. Here is my drawing function. So I just basically draw. This is my circle here, and then I draw every bad guy using the for each function, and this is my circle. In the update function, this is where it gets interesting. If you can, this is where I change the coordinates little by little, or make them move like this or this. Hang on. This way when they move, I change their coordinates. In this case, the y is +1 and the x is +1. So once they hit the rectangle, see, they changed its direction, and if they hit the canvas, the border of the canvas, they change their direction. I check if they hit any other squares, and I change their direction if they do. And if they not, hang on, yeah, they will just change their direction when they hit the canvas border. In this part, this helps me to use my keys to control the circle. So these are the numbers that are assigned to the keys, and the key pressed object here is I'm going to pass the key values through there and here. True. So event prevent default here is this helps us to get rid of the scrolling when we press up and down. Later on we create another function loop that will basically put everything together. First of all, I check if the keys are pressed, and then change the direction or the delta x or y, or the speed of the hero. Then I call the update function, and in the update function we first of all clear out all the canvas, and then draw everything again, and then draw. No, sorry, it was the clearing part was in the draw. So update function updates our coordinates, and in the draw we draw everything again. And then if this is where I check if the hero hits any rectangles. If it hits, and it says basically game over, and everything comes to the original space and the game stops. And if not, it will just go on like that. So basically this is how my game works. Bye.